Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and the third answer is why the best site for publishing is the best site. And it's a little bit surprising for reasons you might not imagine. So let's get into it. The question that was sent in to me, and I get this question quite often, it is, what is the best site for self-publishing? Many people, when they first get starting with their publishing journey, they're trying to figure out, should I publish on Amazon? Should I publish on, let's say, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Smashwords, Lulu, Ingram Spark, many of the other sites, maybe publishing just on your own site, or publishing on one of the sites where you can just have like a blog and putting your work out that way. There's a whole pile of different ways. I even remember somebody saying they bought a house based on selling books on Fiverr, which I've also tried and made some sales. People were happy with the books I sold there, but not anything near as much as the best site. Well, this is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Click the subscribe bell if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description and you will get my free self-publishing checklist to make sure you aren't skipping any steps on the self-publishing journey that are costing you money. So let's get started. When I first started self-publishing, I was following a number of books that I had read on the subject, and I realized the largest bookstore in the world was Amazon, and so I decided to put my books on Amazon. But was that the correct choice? Well, I initially made no sales at all. My books were doing terribly. I wasn't getting anything. I mean, I would see a sale here, or maybe a week later, another sale there. It was doing downright awful. And that was because I was breaking a whole series of key strategy rules that most authors do when they put their books on Amazon, but it made me wonder, maybe I had my books on the wrong site. Now later, I went into other sites. I tried Smashwords. I sold my books, like I mentioned, on Fiverr. I moved my books also to Lulu and Ingram Spark and a whole other places in order to test out where exactly, to answer the question of what is the best site for self-publishing. And what did I find? Well, let's get into the answers. So the first thing is Amazon is by far the best site to start when you're self-publishing your books. Now notice I said the word to start. And the reason for that is because Amazon is such a massive library. It has, in terms of the number of people, the customers that are coming in, and the library is enormous, and the people on Amazon are only there because they're interested in buying. It's not that they're there to, maybe I could just be entertained by looking at a bunch of books. No. Those people have their credit cards already attached to the accounts, and they're interested in buying. So you have both the intent, the willingness, and they're one button away from clicking. Then they do a search and they find your book. Now they're not looking at the books just for fun. They want to buy. And so this is a fantastic site. There is no other site in the world that will give you that flexibility. However, answer number 2, Amazon may be the best site to start at, but you should experiment with all of the other sites. For example, you should be getting your books into hardback versions. This is for Lulu. That's where we do that, okay? They supply the ISBN, and then you pay for simply $20, $30, and you get a draft of the book, a proof copy that you can check quickly and go from there in order to get those books already out, and they're pumping out. Those Lulu books will also then in turn show up back on Amazon. In addition, you should go for Ingram Spark, which gives you the ability to have even additional distribution. That will cost you ISBN, and if you don't have a code for their site, you'll have to pay the fee of $50 in order to have them take a look at your book, at your manuscript, and what you're submitting to make sure it fits in with their rules and their policies. So it's a little pricier, but it gets you a very wide distribution, and that's something you do not want to discount. The final thing you need to consider here is that Amazon has been well known to shut down accounts and to create all sorts of problems for publishers. And you do not want to be left there with no revenue coming in because they've decided to mess with your account. If they do give you a warning, you need to reply immediately. Often everything's done by computers, so it's not like you're even dealing with a person. No response means you admit that you're guilty. So I've heard of many people where they just wait a couple days before they respond, and that can cost them the entire account. So just a little bit of a heads up on the Amazon front. Make sure you respond if they give you a warning. I have not received any of those warnings, but I have seen many people who have and have lost their accounts. And if you have your books On other sites, not the best sites, but other sites, you will still continue to have your royalties coming in, even if your Amazon site happens to be threatened. So, but let's move on to the secret answer of the day. That's answer number 3. And here's the key issue here. You can't run ads against your Amazon book if they're not in KDP Select. And this is an incredibly important point. Now you might be thinking, I have no intention of running ads. And my question to you is, do you have no intention of selling books? Well, we of course are looking to sell books. And so if you want to see your book sell, then you're going to need to make sure they're registered in KDP Select, okay? That's just the way that it is to get the books in front of people, unless you're a famous author already. And if you are, why are you watching me? You've already selling enough books. You don't need any help. But otherwise, you're going to need to be able to have them in KDP Select, and you're going to need to run ads against them. And you're going to need to do this pretty quickly once you get your books out there. But if you don't have a books out there, don't worry about the ads. Just get your books registered in KDP Select, and then we can come back to that at a later time. But the best site is Amazon, in combination with running ads on Amazon, for which I found amazing success. We're talking 5 times more money than the cost of the ads. It's crazy how much money you can make, even though I regularly see people saying, oh, it's getting harder and there's more competition. And they are correct. It was much easier before. If only I could go back in time and run these ads earlier. But now is the time to do it. And the tool that I use when finding keywords is Publisher Rocket. You find it below in the description. That's the tool that I use. I have a list of all of my tools because I think it's important to understand the tool set, but you don't have to run any tools. You can just say that's to find the keywords, but you can just run it on automatic and tell it to bid down. Pick a price, 10, 15 cents a bid, 15 cents, whether it's euros or pounds or whatever it might be. 15 cents is generally where I like to start, and then bidding, allowing it to have flexible bidding downward, and set a budget of $100 a day, and you should be okay. But, well, what is the best site for self-publishing? What have you found? Have you found that there's a better site than Amazon? I've been looking around, and Amazon is the best for me, but maybe you found something. Go ahead and let me know below in the comments, and check above for the next video that will answer your self-publishing questions. Thanks.